One of the most important categories to examine when conducting a personal raw materials assessment is that of your core values, or what's important to you. Much of what people do is, or perhaps should be, driven by their core values. Core values are the guiding principles or the fundamental beliefs that often dictate people's thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Whether or not they're clearly defined, they often end up being the basis by which people judge their own actions, as well as how they judge whether any particular thoughts and actions are deemed as right or wrong. Collectively, they might even be considered a personal code of conduct or a standard of ethics. Your core values might be an absolute set of rules by which you live your life, or they might be more of a general feeling by which you determine your willingness to think or act in certain ways. Determining your core values and their importance to you can be a critical step in setting a direction for the development of both a personal brand and a professional brand, as well as for your success in creating a consistent workplace persona. Most people have a general idea of what their core values are, but they haven't taken the time or put in the effort to construct a formal list and to assess each value as to how important it is to them. It's beneficial to do an assessment like this because research has shown that when your thoughts and behaviors are in harmony with your core values, you're more likely to enjoy the day-to-day activities that you encounter in work and in your personal life as well. As you approach this assessment, remember that your set of core values should be more than just a wish list of how you'd like to represent yourself. You should be able to embrace your core values and allow them to drive your decisions, both large and small. While some people worry that having some set of principles or guidelines will somehow limit their freedom to make decisions, that's not necessarily the case. Developing a list of core values that truly corresponds to your view of yourself and your view of the world can actually assist you in making decisions, particularly under times of stress. Adhering to that list of previously determined core values will help ensure that the choices you make are ones that you'll be happy with when you reflect on them at a later time, rather than being ones that you'll later regret. In assessing your core values, you're doing more than discovering them as you might discover a hidden talent. You're considering what is truly important to you. And if you actually choose to live by your core values, you're making a choice now as to what principles or standards will direct or guide your future choices, and as a result, will direct or guide your future behaviors. Although a complete identification and development of your core values might take weeks or even months to complete, you can get a good start in the process by asking yourself some of the following questions. What beliefs do you have that shape your view of the world? What's important to you with respect to your work, your career, your personal life, and your role in society? What are your feelings with respect to various concepts such as honesty, health, wastefulness, hard work, religion, family, sustainability, friendship, loyalty, integrity, respect, and others? In addition, there are a number of assessment tools that you can find online, often for free, that can help you to think about what traits or concepts you'd like to include in your list of core values, and that can also help you decide which ones should be at the top of your list. Keep in mind that core values can change over time. They might change in response to life events, or as a result of your collective set of experiences, your involvement with other people, and or your exposure to different cultures or other ways of thinking. Because of this, you really should revisit this assessment every year or so, partially to make sure that your defined set of core values is accurate, and also to evaluate how closely you're adhering to those values with respect to your decision making. When you've completed your core values assessments, you should be able to write up a list of core values, how important each value is to you, and what percentage of your ongoing decisions or behaviors are in line with each core value. If you've already done the personal raw materials assessments addressed in the previous videos, current strengths, potential strengths, faults and bad habits, interests, desires and passions, and personality, you'll be ready to conduct a summary and synthesis to tie them all together and then to move forward to developing your overall personal marketing plan. If you've missed any of the previous videos in this series, now's a good time to go back and watch those before starting your assessments. Thanks for watching.